And I'm just at the entrance of the museum. This is a 1928 Bean 1440 saloon. Bean cars produced in Staffordshire. There you go. It's like something out of Al Capone. Or the wacky races. And the museum down here is divided into flight, driven, sea, and whatever, can't remember. So here we go. There we go. Belfast. What's this? These vehicles are special. What's this bird baby here? This is a DAWB6 touring car. Looks a bit like an Aston Martin, but it's not. 6 was built local engineer Davy Woods. He was a motorbike racer. I remember seeing this car at Dunmurray, looking out of the bus. There's the wee man who drove it. He was a dwarf. And how he never got killed and run over by the buses, I'll never know. And that's a dispatch rider's motorbike, Triumph. And there's the different photographs. And what do we got over here? Rudge bicycle. John Hanson's Round the World bicycle. 15th of September 1981. And that's it. A wee bit different from the bike beside it. And that's a Crossley Mark III racing car. Very famous racing car, that. And there's Le Mans Nut. And there's the various cups and stuff. And what's this? This is a Bianchi. Never heard of that make of motorbike. Tom Hearns. Tom Hearn was one of the most famous motorcyclists in Northern Ireland. He just won race after race, and unfortunately he was killed at the Northwest 200 in 1979. Tommy Hearn. And he rode that bike. And here we have Stanley Wood's cotton motorcycle. How you ever rode one of those in a race, I just do not know. And these are Stanley Wood's collection of 23 Isle of Man trophies. And it's a Pizza. George Brockerton's Pizza motorbike. I would have it in Pizza. And here's McCandless Max Norton. And a Candless mule car. There you go. And a penny farthing. And this is just one section of the museum. And here's a matchless motorbike. Wouldn't fancy riding that today. And this is a 1933 Velocette. And I think my father had one of these. And it's got a fishtail end on it. Single seater. Velocette. There's all the info about it. Introduced in 1930. The GTP was a reliable lightweight 250 motorcycle with good power delivery and pleasant steering. This example was built in 1939, so this one maybe wasn't all that heavy, and originally supplied to the War Department, who disposed of it in 1945, refurbished by various owners in Belfast and County Down. There you go, Velocette. And there's a whole plethora of other motors, a Noble 200, and there's Stan, Laurel and Hardy, the wee Mini, the bubble car, there's the actual Mini, and Austin 7 Mini it says, Volkswagen Beetle, looks like a Ford again, an Austin, and here's a matchless motorbike. Wouldn't fancy riding that today. Morris Traveller. Hillman Imp, remember those about the place? Don't know what that is. That's a Peugeot Bebe. A Ford Model T. In reasonably good nick for its years. What age was it? 1911. This is an amphibious car. And old Dean Martin is playing in the background. Gentle on My Mind. And an MG Roadster. A Ford Cortina Mark 1. And here's somebody's sitting room. And an AC invalid car. Vanden Plas Princess. Looks like a Morris Oxford or something like that. Somebody out for a picnic. He's having car trouble. And a Ford Anglia. I recognise that. And it's from 1959. Wow. And a last look round the cars. With old Eric Burden and the animals playing in the background. We got to get out of this place. And here we have a Sunbeam Grand Prix. Sunbeam Grand Prix is one of the most famous racing cars from the early years of motorsport. It won many classic races with some of the greatest drivers in the 1920s. This example dates from 1924. Some beastie. And this is a Ford Mondeo. This is one of two cars that made the first ever attempt in the winter of 1993-94 to drive eastwards overland all the way from London to New York. Now, Car of the Year 1994. And here we have an actual DeLorean. Let you see it a wee bit. And this was the car that's featured on Back to the Future, obviously. And there's all the bumps again about it. DeLorean motor with the gullwing doors. And it was far advanced for its for the time. There's old John DeLorean himself.